in terms of the right to a name and identity, 2 years ago we entered into a partnership with the European Union to make sure that the government of Mozambique can move from a manual birth registration system, which is very outdated and very archaic, to an electronic civil registry with a link to vital statistics. So the EU funding has helped us hire expertise that helps design the software for the government to have an electronic database on births, deaths, marriages and divorces with a link to adoption. And they designed the system based upon a study visit that they did in Uganda. They imported the software, customized it to the Mozambican context, and now have designed SMS technology for chiefs and citizens to notify births and deaths by SMS, directly calling into a call center. And today we are at the call center at the Conservatory of Karl Marx in Maputo, which will be the first one of its kind in the country, set up with EU funding in terms of the technology that they have invested in it, in order to make sure that the system becomes totally modernized for people to notify, call in about births and deaths, then receive a personnel number from the call center, which they can use later on to come and collect a printed birth certificate. Now, the electronification and the informatization of the system will allow for the analysis of data on a monthly basis with a link to vital statistics with the National Bureau of Statistics, so that the country starts to know the moment that the system has been rolled out over time how many children have been born, in which province, what's the population density, and how many people are dying and the causes of death as well. So we are very thrilled to be part of this partnership with the EU, which is becoming expanded with other development partners as well. The government has developed a comprehensive costed operational plan for $40 million to roll out this electronic civil registry system across all the conservatories in the country, which are 156 at decentralized levels. And we are very pleased to move to technology for development to enhance service to the citizens, which starts with the right to a name and identity.
So behind me you can see work going on in what will be the data centre for the call centre, where all the servers will be stored. There's a lot of wiring to be done, and this is going to be launched in just 2 weeks' time.
My name is Esperança Nyangumbi. I'm head of the call center. This one is the main call center in the first conservatory in Maputo province. This will be the first electronic call center, and we have got something like 40 people working here doing birth and death registration. Per day we have got something like 40 or 50 birth registration per day. This one is the first call center electronic, and the first conservatory will be the main call center. The purpose is to all conservatories of the Mozambique will be in the electronic system, and they will send all information for this call center.
Here we have the web page of this CRVH system. We can fill in the forms for the registration process. Just clicking here. This is where we fill in the username and password for someone to begin the registration process. So it will open the forms we fill in, and then after filling the forms, the process goes on, like printing the certificate, birth certificate, death certificate, and we have also here statistics. We can see here some information about this CRVS.
Here in Nakalapoto, it's been seen that the main motivation that's up and coming now for birth registration specifically is with regards to the up and coming industry. As we can see, there's a big contrast between the rural area that's still prevalent for a lot of people, but also now that the emergency industries are coming with regards to this being the new main port for Mozambique, and that will have an international airstrip. There's a lot of employment opportunities for the people, and also they're becoming aware that their children need to study.
So we're here at the birth registration office in the port north of Nampala, where registrations are still done manually. And here we've got a birth registration underway.
People come to register his parents. It's about the industry. The problem is Nakala, a lot of strangers invest, and then the request for documents. And then the people doesn't have this document. The motivation, this is some motivation to come to the register to ask for these documents, certificate for the birth. The problem is the people waiting for the ancestral. Then if they don't receive the name, it doesn't come. Then we must do a lot of job to change this idea for the people.
Okay, so here in Nakalapoto, this is one of the National Health Week posts. Currently, there are 12 running. So on that side, the children get immunization and vitamin A administered to them. After they have been vaccinated, that's when they come here to this side for the free birth registration to occur. The birth registration is the age limit of this activity is from 0 to 5 years. So only children within that age range are being attended to. As you can see, there's still lots of children to be registered due to the queue that they've improvised. So they don't have to stand in a queue. They've put in their health cards or their slippers to show their place in the queue.
And here they're giving the children vitamin A and immunisations prior to having their births registered. And this is the actual registration point with the registrar doing all the birth registrations. Very patient queues of mothers and children.
So as one of the mothers just told me, she's been here since 5 o'clock in the morning, but she's still at the back of the queue for the registration. And she says that the others that are in front have been here since 3 in the morning. And when I asked why, she says that it's because they want to make sure that children have access to education and have an identity. So they'll stay here until they have their birth certificates.
So we're at a school in Rabawe in northern Mozambique, and they're using the school as a post for conducting birth registrations. And basically they've done a really good catch-up job. So a lot of the people here have now had their births registered, the older children. So what you're finding is it's only the ones and under that are now left that have been born since the last big campaign. So the room's really full of little babies waiting to have their births registered, as we'll see.